Is slow but steady advancement better than no advancement at all? Hello, and today's insight is about advancement. Alright, so now I don't keep this a secret, so if you aren't aware of the fact that I was hit by a car when I was 19, well, I'm just sharing it now, right? Or at least I'm letting you know. So, after my accident, it took me a long time to get on my feet and to be able to support myself, right? Not only psychologically, not just physically, but psychologically as well. So it took me some time to move out of my parents' house. And when I did, a year and a half ago, okay, I moved into my own apartment, and like everything just like took longer for me. So what do I mean? And I don't know if you hear this, but I hear a siren, so that could be confirmation for me in any case. Or you, whatever I'm saying might resonate in some way, shape, or form. So after my accident, everything took longer. So my studies took longer. Me getting a job after my studies took longer. Not because I didn't not because I couldn't get a job, but I didn't look for one for a very long time. But I wasn't feeling confident enough to like talk to people I did not know to get a job. I didn't want I didn't want to go like to usual suspects and be like, I want a job. First and foremost, if you probably say it like that, they'll probably not give you one. Right? So I waited until the right circumstances came around, and I just jumped on that opportunity once I could. Okay? So it took me longer to get a job after I graduated. Right? Also, it took me a while to move out of my parents' house, but once I did, it stuck. Okay, so I moved out when I was 23. Yeah, I moved out a year and a half ago. Soon it's gonna be 2 or 3 years, 2.5. In any case, so it took time, right? But when I did, I was completely comfortable. I was not afraid that I might like go into like complete monetary disarray, and I don't know if that even makes sense. Like I wasn't, I was comfortable in the fact that I could pay for my own bills. Basically, is what I'm saying. So everything, as I said, everything took time. My studies, my work, my apartment, everything. But I would much rather do it slowly but surely and be able to what's the word I'm trying to use? Use what I have, or use my abilities, or use my capabilities, and to feel comfortable in the decision I made to move out and to go out by myself. And I don't fear going under. Like I'll be able to support myself at this point. Slowly but surely I moved on up. And that's how everything should be viewed as in life. It's slow but steady progress is much better than moving 10 steps ahead and moving 13 steps back. I don't know. You want to be able to progressively move forward and not move back. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense. And so if at some point in your lifetime you feel like you're gonna have to take a couple of steps back just to go forward, I mean, don't worry. Like, my biggest, like, the way I spoke, okay, it sounds like I didn't have to take a step back, which is not true, because as I mentioned, I was hit by a car. Right? So in some cases, your moving backwards is going to happen earlier. In other cases, it's going to happen later. And it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter when it happens. It doesn't matter how it happens. It just matters that it happens and how you react to that happening, right? So wherever you are in your life, it's okay. It happens. And just try to be better than a moment ago. That's all you can do, and that's all you have to do. Just try and be a little better than a moment ago. That's it. Now, what I just said made me think of something else, okay? It made me think of emotionally speaking. So, let's just say you feel depressed, right? And the only thing that you can ever do is try to feel slightly better than the moment that has just passed, okay? So, what I mean to say is, if you're depressed, feeling angry is a better emotion, because you actually feel something instead of feeling all down and sad and feeling all those not so great emotions about yourself. You feel better because you feel something rather than feeling like down on yourself, right? So, and then moving up the chain, there are going to be all types of emotions, but at least, like I said, moving just a bit at a time towards your wanted objective is what you want to do. You can also take my being hit by a car as an example, okay? It took me, I don't know if I've mentioned it. Well, I've mentioned this at some points, but I don't know if you've heard it. So I'm going to say it again. It took me, from the moment I chose to get better from my accident to the moment that I actually was better, it took me a minimum of 7.5 years. Okay? 7.5. And I took the necessary steps to get to that. But it wasn't a even progression. It was going forward, moving back, going forward, moving back, going forward, moving back. And it's fine. It's normal, and it should be accepted and encouraged to move forward and move back, move forward and move back, move forward and move back. I mean, it's not ideal, but sometimes that moving back, step back movement teaches you a lot more about the continuous movement forward, because sometimes you're just going to have to regroup, reassess, and decide on what needs to get done next, right? So, is there something in your life where you feel like you're not moving fast enough? And how can you reframe it so that you can be like, what can I learn from this situation right now so that I can move forward much faster later? Let me know.